The 2004 AOL Powder 8 World Championships from Mike Wiggly Heli-Skiing, British Columbia, Canada.
In one of the most remote and exotic ski destinations in the world, 27 international teams from 10 different countries have come here to compete for the 24th annual AOL Powder 8 World Championships. Hello everyone, I'm Hayden Scott, joined by my broadcast partner Andy Byther. And Andy, the title that they're going for is to be proclaimed as the two best powder skiers in the world. And the field that we've got this year is one of the strongest that we've ever seen.
As if last year's field wasn't star-studded enough, with Austrians Siggi Gruner and Christoph Brugger leading the charge. This year, in the first time in Powder 8 history, we have an FIS World Cup athlete here that's going to be exciting to watch. We look forward to watching Heinz Schilkegger take the charge.
Well, Schilkegger certainly proved himself on the World Cup stage with his 6th place overall in the giant slalom standings, but this is a completely different format and type of competition. We'll see how the story unfolds here in beautiful Blue River, British Columbia, Canada. The Powder 8 Worlds has become one of the most established events in alpine skiing. What began as a bit of fun for two skiers making a run together has evolved into a competitive discipline, attracting some of the best skiers in the world. Leaving perfect tracks is still fun, but with sponsorship, helicopters, and prize money, it's now what the athletes call serious fun.
Hayden, the judges work with the teams to stay ahead of demands set by the changing dynamics in the sport. The basic rule is which pair can lay down the most perfect tracks the fastest, or better yet, who can make the most round and consistently perfect figure eights at world-class speed. However easy it may look, rest assured, it isn't. So the faster the team comes down the hill, the more impressive it all looks. But as the teams hunt for the judges' attention with speed, the turns can become too big to keep the tracks symmetrical, or too fast to stay in perfect synchronicity. As the teams try to balance all the elements which go into making a perfect run, the underlying goal is to determine where speed and size of turn shape is matched perfectly with the steepness of the slope and the changing snow conditions.
It's fast and it's beautiful. It's one of the most exotic sports set in one of the most incredible backdrops. And all of the sport's top characters are here, including AOL Running Man, who's optimizing every opportunity to meet new friends and ski every chance he can. The 2004 AOL Powder 8 World Championships is brought to you by America Online, Avalanche Ski and Snowwear, Atomic, and Marker.
Welcome back to the 2004 AOL Powder 8 World Championships. I'm standing here at the Mike Wiggly Photo Center, where they have two professional photographers and videographers that go up on the hill with you every day and capture those precious moments that you can take home with you.
At Mike Wiggly Heli-Skiing in the heart of British Columbia, doorstep skiing takes on a whole new meaning.
It's a dream come true. I mean, you're in virgin snow at every run. The feeling of being out in the wilderness and sort of on your own, but you're guided, you feel safe.
I can't decide what is better, helicopter flying or skiing, but I guess if the snow is great, then it's definitely the skiing.
And the snow is always great here in the Monachies and Caribous. Mike Wiggly and his wife Bonnie chose the Blue River location about 30 years ago because of its easy access to both magnificent mountain ranges. It was a careful and well-researched choice. The village he has created is nestled into one of the snowiest spots in all of Western Canada. The centre has everything to keep guests fully entertained before skiing and after. And if the name Mike Wiggly is renowned for its skiing, it's almost equally famous for its food.
I always feel really safe here because of the pilots, the guides, and the overall safe environment that they create here for us.
You find nice mountains, nice open snow fields, good powder, good tree skiing, and a lot of friendly people. They're doing their job very, very good.
When it comes to safety, the athletes know that all they have to do is follow and listen to their guides, which is peace of mind when the main focus here is to win. Most of the teams are professional ski instructors with busy teaching schedules, so some of their best training happens here at Mike Wigley's in the days before the competition. This year, they are experiencing corn-like snow. Stable and consistent conditions, which means helicopters can drop them off on long and really steep runs. The racers are loving it, and so are the AOL and supporting sponsors who are here to enjoy the event. They get to ski with the top athletes like reigning champions Siggy Gruner and Christoph Brugger from Solden, Austria.
Our hometown is one of the biggest ski areas in Austria and in Europe.
I always wanted to make my own skis. I wanted to make a ski which I think fits me very well and fits other people. And now I have the big chance to do these things. And that makes it very, very interesting.
My wife and all the others from our family, they are supporting us a lot. They are pushing us, and that's very, very good. I like to live there because all of my family is back in the last 200 years, I would say. They always lived there, and we're growing up there, and we built our own businesses there.
When we go training and they see some eights somewhere, then they always ask us, "Hey guys, was that you again?" And so we are known as the only guys on the mountain who are making eights. So that's a good recognition for us.
Well, maybe the good life of the double world champions has started to creep into their performance, because after qualifying, they're only in 5th position. It's the World Cup star Silke Ecker and Fuchs in the top spot. Second place is another team with World Cup experience, Heeb and Marxer from Liechtenstein. Followed by the 2002 champions, Dixon and Smart from Canada.
Qualifying first in the women's division, it's Daniela Schuster, a 2-time winner with new partner Lenka Ernie. If Schuster wins, it will be her 3rd world title, each with a different partner. Qualifying second are newcomers Claudia Wolf-Erharder and Tanya Heller, and these girls are looking good. It's interesting that more teams in all divisions are moving over to wearing helmets. There are a bunch of high-tech choices out there, and wouldn't you know it, Mike Wigley's carries them all. Take this newly designed marker helmet, for example. It's light, it's comfortable and warm, and it could save your life. It's a no-brainer. We'll be back with more Powerade action after this. Here at Mike Wigley, they have over 30 ski guides that specialize in mountain safety and hospitality. But most importantly, they have a real passion for what they do.
Guiding here for Mike Wigley is it's an honor, and it's certainly not anything I take lightly. It's been the greatest 2.5 years of my life, and I love my job. I love the people I meet. The terrain is spectacular, and the skiing is excellent. Flying around in a helicopter all day is just about the most fun thing I could imagine. So I'd have to say that this job and this experience has certainly lived up to all expectations. Having dependable, rugged mountain gear that's also useful is very important to our job here. We're quite tough on our packs, and I wouldn't say we abuse them, but we certainly don't go out of our way to look after them. You know, you can get a new pack, but you can't get a new back. I found that the Dakine pack has held up quite well. It's been through a full season. It's still in very good shape, and I'll actually probably use it well into next year. When I want to charge a bit, I tighten it down and it stays put. I don't get any wobble left or right or up and down. The packs that we use for shovel packs that we give to our guests are are quite compact. One thing that's very important to us is that the guests don't feel like they're encumbered by the backpack or that the backpack is inhibiting them, because they spend quite a bit of time and energy and money to come here and ski with us, and we want to make sure that we make their experience as good as we can. And the Dakine packs are very compact, yet they store quite a bit of stuff, so we feel very comfortable giving them to every skier we have and asking them to carry them.
Your options are you can set up right under.
There's something very freeing about being in these high alpine mountains and spending time with really great people in really magnificent conditions and places. And for me, when I go to bed at night, the last thing I think about is the best turn I had that day. And every day, every night, that's what goes through my head.
So, sweet dreams for Josh in his dream job. And in these dreamy conditions, the Masters competition is rolling on. Open to skiers aged 40 and over, this category has become increasingly popular since one of the sport's legends has moved up into it from the Open division.
We are totally aware of it, that everybody is gunning after us. We don't take anybody lightly. We show great respect to any other competitor, because anytime something can happen, a little mishap.
The attraction to ski against Franzi in the Masters final has encouraged other previous top Open division contenders to move up also, like fourth place Open finishers last year, Tom Riggins and Tom Truss from Alta, Utah. But the three-time Open champion and two-time Masters champion Franzi Fuchsberger, together with 12 times US Masters ski racing champ Pepe Neubauer, make a formidable, if not unbeatable team. They cut through the field swiftly, en route to their third World Masters title. In the Open division, the talk is still of the appearance of World Cup star Heinz Schilkecker.
I met Heinz 2 years ago, the first time, and we spoke about this event a little bit, and he was here last year, only free skiing, and he said it's really nice here. He want to try to do powder skiing together with me.
2.25 ahead though, this is some good skiing right now from Schilkecker.
The very interesting thing this year is that we have a World Cup racer taking part, a guy who is finishing top 6 overall in giant slalom.
It's nice to meet him here in Powder 8.
Ski racing I do for 15 years and it's my profession, and that's Powder 8 skiing I do for fun, and it's a great event. I'm happy to be here.
In the first semi-final of the women's division, two-time champ Schuster with partner Ernie go up against last year's champs from Germany, Suzanne Fuchs and Nikki Olive. In a heat good enough to be the final, disappointment for the reigning champions, Schuster and Ernie advance. In the second semi-final, two-time Canadian national champs Kite and Boyd in orange, going up against rookie Austrian team Heller and Wolf Erharder in green. This pitch is deceptively steep, and the changing snow conditions seem to surprise both teams. But it's the newcomers that advance.
In the Open, 16 teams have been narrowed down to 4. Fuchs and Schilkecker will go against US champs Luke Stratford and Peter Kummerer from Big Sky. In the lower bracket, reigning champs Brugger and Gruner have stepped it up a notch from qualifying. They beat the Canadians Smart and Dixon in the round of 8, and they'll go against fellow Austrians now, Steiner and Simmenlehner, who disposed of the Liechtenstein pair, Heeb and Marxer. In the first race, Stratford and Kummerer come out quick against Schilkecker Fuchs in red. The first run is tied, but the form of the World Cup star in front and the tracks made sure by Kurt Fuchs in the back better the speed of the US team on the second run. Schilkecker has made the final on his first attempt. In the lower bracket, it's all smiles on the way up. A disaster will strike on the way down for Horst Simmenlehner and Hans-Peter Steiner. Gruner and Brugger in blue look to have the first heat sewn up, but a binding problem for Horst in the back makes it a certainty. On the replay you can see there was nothing he could do about it, as the victory gets handed to Gruner and Brugger.
So Hayden, the finals are set. Going for 3 victories in the women's race, it will be Austrians Daniela Schuster and partner Lenka Ernie against the new girls Tanja Heller and Claudia Wolf-Erharder.
In the Open, we'll be going back to the site of the epic final of 2000, and the teams will be the same, albeit with 1 wild card. An FIS World Cup star with 8 World Cup victories. The AOL Powder 8 World Championships is brought to you by America Online, Avalanche Ski and Snowwear, Backpacks by Dakine, and smart wool technology.
Welcome back to the 2004 AOL Powder 8 World Championships. At the Mike Wigley Sports Shop, they have over 400 pairs of skis and boards that are specifically designed to help you rip it up in the powder. And at this mecca for ski addicts around the globe, there's never a shortage of powder. The powder's the best at Mike Wigley's, and now only the 4 best powder skiers in the world remain in this men's open division.
But first, the ladies' final. 2 runs to count. Tanja Heller and Claudia Wolf-Erhardt on the near side against the experienced Daniela Schuster with Lenka Erni in pink. Both teams from Austria, Schuster and Erni on the right, a long way ahead.
Tanja and Claudia are looking good. I don't believe they're intimidated by these veteran Austrians.
They don't appear to be, but should they be letting the pink team, Schuster and Erni, get so far ahead? I think not. To the second run we will go. They'll switch sides, both teams off to a good start, but Schuster and Erni will creep ahead again. Clearly ahead now. They're trying to finish both ahead of Tanja Heller in green, which again will give them those 3 speed points.
Speed is great, Hayden, but did they sacrifice these tracks? You know, I don't know if this is going to be powder. Oh, and look at that. It's a tie. 2 ties after 2 runs. Unheard of till now in Powder 8 history. These guys are going back up for the tiebreaker.
Well, this is amazing. The first time ever in Powder 8 history, a tiebreaker, and this time the newcomers, Heller and Wolf-Erhardt, are not allowing them to get so far ahead, the team in pink. Claudia is in the back in green. She was the Austrian slalom champion in the 90s, but she can only go as fast as Tanja up front, who right here is skiing very smoothly, very economic.
From the air, looking pretty in pink. Blanca leading, Daniela down. These girls are very animated. Totally different styles, actually. Lenka and Daniela nearly both ahead again. Hayden, I don't think Tanja should be giving up these speed points.
No, you're absolutely right. She shouldn't.
Looks like she's speeding up now with the girls. Up, she's going to come across the finish first. That could make all the difference in the world.
Well, for me, I think, Andy, the tracks on the right look better. The scores go down on the board. We'll have to wait until tonight, though, for the results.
Hayden, it was great stuff from the ladies, and now we're off to the men's open division.
And what a great hill do we have left in reserve for this final. We're now all the way over to the right side of the hill.
Most Magnificent West is, I think, one of the steepest slopes here, and it's perfect for a final. I skied down there with Christian 4 years ago, and I think we had a big final there. So we will see. I tried this year with Heinz, a new partner, and we will do the best.
Kurt was denied last time he was here. Can he do it this time? Gunnar and Brugger near side in blue, the defending champs. Look at the steepness here, over 40 degrees steep here on these first 6 turns.
Clearly, Siggy is fighting to keep his turns full and beautifully round. Look at him carrying the extra speed.
Schildkicker now stepping on it. Fuchs hanging in there behind the World Cup champ. Looks to be on the edge of his ability there. He was only just in sync, Andy.
Hayden, I'm not sure that it was a smart decision to put Schildkicker up front. He's just too fast for Kurt.
Especially with Siggy and Chris there looking so solid in front. And what a great final. I'm going to give it to the team in blue, though, on the left in this shot. Across by a hair in front. Awesome.
I have a feeling that we're leading this run. No? For the second run, we have to get rolling and keep doing the same.
I can say I had a good run. We were straight down, and okay, we'll see. We have a second run, and we will do everything to beat these boys.
Yes, but 7.5 points, that really is quite a lot to make up. Although Schildkicker has come from behind before in World Cup. Dropping out of the start here on this second run now. Gosh, it's just like an elevator shaft, these first turns.
There's absolutely no margin for error around here. Look at Schildkicker being forced to catch Hayden. This is where mistakes can happen.
Although Kurt on this run, now on the right, you can see in red here, he's looking a lot more solidly in sync. But over here on the left, Siggy and Chris, gosh, they're so strong. They're like a machine. They don't make you worry when you watch them. Just awesome skiing. It's going to be tight again. There'll be no speed points. Brilliant skiing.
2 amazing runs here, Hayden. Great final.
It's gonna be very tight. Now we did the first run very good, and second run was not as good.
I think second run was nearly perfect. I felt very good from the first run to the last one. I was in sync. I think we had good round 8s. I think it was our best skiing today, so we will see what happens now.
Well, the wait for the results is over. And inside the lodge, it's Tanya Heller and Claudia Wolf-Ehrharter, and they've done it on their first attempt. They were slightly slower down the hill, but the tracks were better, and they can't believe they've done it. From the towns of Schruns and Innsbruck. Austria first and second with Schuster and Ernie. 2.5 points between them. And those speed points did make the difference, didn't they? Germany in third.
From Seoul in Austria.
And in the men's results, Gruner and Brugger make it their third world title. Winners here last year and again in 2000 on the very same hill. Most magnificent was the name of the run and describes well their feelings now. Schilkecker, incredible performance here with Fuchs, only 2.5 points out. They came back well on that second run, and it's an all-Austrian sweep with Hans-Peter Steiner and Horst Simmerlehner third.
Well, what an atmosphere for this event from start to finish. The long, steep runs of the Monoshis and Caribous have once more created the perfect challenge for the best powder skiers in the world. The blend of power and artistry is indeed a delightful combination against a backdrop of light, white powder.
And in magnificent, unspoiled countries such as this, it's nice to think that the only traces left by man are beautiful tracks. And those too will disappear with the next snowfall. Topping off this legendary event for 2004, for Andy Byther, I'm Hayden Scott, and we'll see you next year for the 25th anniversary of the AOL Powder 8 World Championships.